Wow. Hello.
Wow. Hello.
Wow. Hi, Harrison.
Veronica, it's so dark outside your window. Why is that?
I know. It is dark, and I will explain that in a little bit. But welcome. This is episode 52 of the NgoVo Convo podcast, where two stupids make a right. Hype.
It's hype today.
Because that's right.
Ooh, that's a new one.
That's a new one. I'm one of your hosts, Veronica Vo, and I'm joined by Harrison. No, he's right over there. I know I'm pointing in the right direction.
She is. Can't confirm.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Audio listeners.
If you're new here, we just both want an excuse to talk about anything that ranges from anime to comics, because some would say it's conversing. Like NgoVo Convo.
NgoVo Convo.
Convo. Wow, you beat me to it. You can spell. Clap, clap.
That sounded condescending, and
No,
I take great offense.
Yeah, it's fine. No offense taken.
Damn.
You can watch every episode on youtube.com or listen to it as a podcast by searching NgoVo Convo on your podcast service of choice. We're on 10 different platforms. We're everywhere. Search it up. Everywhere. And in this episode, if you haven't noticed by the title, by our thumbnail, we are going to be talking about Doctor Strange.
But
Two?
Multiverse of Madness?
Yeah, Multiverse of Madness. So, if you haven't seen this movie, go watch it. Right now. It just came out, literally, tonight as we're recording.
Oh, technically it came out yesterday.
Yeah, it came out yesterday.
We had to watch on a Friday.
Yeah, we did. But before we get into all of that, we are also sponsored by Anchor, which we'll get into later in the episode. But yeah, this is a first, actually. Us recording a night of, like a movie premiere, like, you know, when a movie drops.
Yeah,
Hence the darkness.
Yeah.
Outside.
I think it's because also we didn't go super late. Like usually, if we go on a Thursday, we go on like midnight.
Midnight, yeah.
Or
9
nowadays,
p.m.
like 9 p.m. And then it moved to like 7 at one point.
Yeah. But we had to do it today because our friend, who is never caught up on shows, was complaining that he needed a Friday night movie time.
I don't know why. We all work on
We all work
on Friday. Oh my gosh.
From home on Fridays.
Oh well, stop. I mean, I used to go watch on Thursday nights too, and I worked the next day.
Yeah, same.
I'm just saying.
We were different back then.
We were built different.
We were built different. But yeah, we're just this. So this is like our first episode of like freshness, coming straight from the movie, like to our seats.
So like, what do we say now? Honestly, it could change in the next couple days.
Yeah, honestly, and we could look
for better or for worse. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
We're gonna find out.
But buckle up, because we're about to talk about non-spoiler thoughts. And Harrison, what are your non-spoiler thoughts?
I thought it was an entertaining movie. I thought it had peak moments.
Uh-huh.
And I think my one gripe is the cinematography.
Okay.
But we can go into details. But again, like, it's directed by Sam Raimi. Mm-hmm. So like, I think
who did the first 3 Spider-Man versions.
And he's done some other like horror movies, right?
Yeah, he's done other horror movies.
So yeah, like it's been stated by him that like he wanted to take Doctor Strange into like a horror direction. Mm-hmm. And I will confirm that does happen.
Yeah, he stayed true to that. The horror.
He stayed true to that.
For sure.
Yeah, I think overall it was an entertaining watch. Not try not to spoil too much.
Until we get into all the good stuff.
What right back at you, Veronica?
I agree with you.
Wow. Okay.
Wow. Well, first, not really a first, but I agree with you. It was very entertaining. There were some very highlighted moments. As Harrison said, it was peak moments. So there were lots of highlighted moments. I will say this right now. A few cameos will pop in. I will not say who yet. Besides the cinematography, oh wow, the yawn.
What?
It's late, but it's okay. Outside of the cinematography, I would say my one con is the pacing in the beginning of the movie. I think it was a little weird. It was a little choppy for me.
See, and that was another thing where I couldn't tell if it was just me feeling like it was just at the beginning or if it was just like
throughout the whole movie. Yeah. Yeah.
Like so the plot itself to me is very basic and it's not that hard to understand.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's because of how the pacing was. To me it was like pacing was not terrible. It was wonky. It was wonky.
Wonky. It was very choppy.
Can I also add, I think the one thing for those that are worried, I think this is the biggest thing that some people worry about. Now that Marvel has shows, are those all required? I think the only one that is WandaVision for this one.
Yes.
I think before we were worried like, oh, what if like the other ones had to play a role?
But what if you need what if too?
You don't need it. I don't think you need it, but I think you'll appreciate some things about it, or at least you'll have a better understanding of multiverse. Yeah. But I think with this one, you only really need to watch WandaVision. If however you do it, just watch it. I mean, I moved off Veronica. Let's be real here. That's why I say that. But that is the only thing I think is required. It's required watching. But otherwise, I think this movie also, and we'll probably get into it a bit more. This is one of my other things I want to talk about. It's an introduction to the multiverse cinematic wise.
Yeah, it is.
If you haven't had and I'm not assuming, this is me assuming most people don't watch the shows because it's behind a paywall. Let's be real. So, if anything, this gives those that haven't and only watched the movies just a better understanding of multiverse, to an extent.
No, I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
WandaVision's very important. Very important.
I don't. If you don't watch it, I think it would just be like, oh, okay. You can kind of pull from context.
Yeah.
But it is still kind of weird. I think it's still kind of weird.
More.
The impact, I think, would be higher because. Yeah, I think the impact would make more sense if you've watched the show. Yeah,
no, totally agree. You don't need what if, but it is appreciated more if you do watch it. I was surprised you didn't really need Loki since we're on the topic of Marvel shows.
Again, Loki, think that's why this movie is the introduction to multiverse for
instead of Loki.
Cinematic.
Yeah.
But I will go into more detail.
Yeah, we will go in more details. But before we do, let's take a quick break, talk about our sponsors.
Before spoilers? Oh.
Yeah, before spoilers. Wow, we're back. Okay, let's get into spoilers.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. Because we're not spoilers. I will not be counting down with my fingers because last time that happened, there was a clip out there. Now it's on TikTok.
TikTok?
And Reels. What? That's crazy. Okay, but for real, if you have not seen this movie, now's the time to pause us, go see it this weekend. Dip. But leave the tab open. Just put us on pause. Okay, we're going to spoilers. 3, 2, 1. Harrison, give me some of your favorite moments in this movie.
You want me to explain that moment then? As essentially, you're giving me the reins to start off this?
Yes.
Okay. First, it was already... Okay. The first trailer, we kind of guessed it. It was like, oh, the biggest tease was hearing Professor X talking.
Yep.
Hearing... oh my god, I can't remember his name also. Sir Charles...
I forgot his name.
No.
Yeah, Sir Charles.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. Okay, anyway.
Okay,
but like,
we digress.
We were like, oh, we hear his voice. And then someone was like, oh, what if it's the Illuminati? Because Doctor Strange in the comics, beyond the Avengers, there's always like these groups, these teams.
Clubs,
always
superhero
team
clubs.
Ups and all this stuff. Yeah. Superhero clubs. Doctor Strange was a part of the Illuminati, so it's like, and so was Professor X. So that's why the biggest guess was that.
Yeah.
Now, the Illuminati in this one is kind of different, except it's because, okay, obviously spoiler. So we said Doctor Strange, Mordo was also a nice twist.
Yeah, that was a nice twist.
But it still kind of matches. But Mordo was a nice twist. Then they had Captain Marvel, but they had it as like
her best friend.
Her best friend instead. So that means Carol Danvers did not become
Captain Marvel.
Yeah. And then the other one, which is what we were alluding to in talking about what if, this is where you appreciate it.
Yeah.
They dropped Peggy Carter as like Captain
Carter in one of the teaser trailers before this movie came out last week.
Oh, okay. So I didn't see that said trailer.
Same. I did not see that set. Yeah.
But okay, if that was was that the big like, oh, like that's the character got revealed?
Yeah, they
showed the shield.
They showed the shield. It was just like clipped. Yeah.
But that
was not.
That was not. They knew that wasn't the big one. That was not the big one.
What was the big one, Harrison?
Mother.
Who was it?
Fucking Reed Richards. I did not expect to see John
Krasinski.
Yeah.
Krasinski.
I almost I was like, I'll let you butcher it if anything. Yeah, but fine. I didn't expect him to. Well, and it's funny because he was I remember seeing online like people wanted him to like be Reed Richards because there's it was a fan casting if anything.
Yeah.
But it was just amazing when he just said when he just spoke, and I was like, wait a minute, and then he like just appeared like stretched in. I was like,
we have not seen that in a very long time.
No.
In a very long time. Fantastic Four. It's been so long. Yeah. We don't talk about the reboot. That's for sure.
Van Forstick?
Yeah. Yeah, we don't talk about that.
No, I didn't even watch it. I didn't watch that.
I didn't watch it either.
No, they essentially, this is my guess, is they're alluding to, because me and my brother were talking on the way back, and he's like, I'll give him credit on this one too, but he's like, what if this is alluding to what is to come? As in like, this is Marvel just dropping, like, here's like these little Easter eggs.
Yeah.
These little cameos, but because they exist because Multiverse is a bitch to explain.
And real.
And real. Oh, we'll talk about, like, I'll talk, yeah.
We'll talk about it.
This is possibly like them casting them now is essentially possibly them solidifying these will be the current universe.
Yeah.
Versions of these people.
Hey, the Illuminati was real for about 10 minutes. And then my girl Wanda had to go in and slap the crap out of them.
How'd you like Wanda at this movie?
I felt bad for her. Honestly felt bad for her. And I think the one line that she said at the beginning to Strange was like, oh, if you do it, you're a hero. Yeah. But if I do it, I'm the villain.
Yeah.
And I totally get what she's saying because she's, she's just trying to grieve. It's her grieving process. That was her talking.
She is still grieving.
Yeah. But I mean, if I lost my hubby vision in 5 minutes because I had to peel off a, infinity stone from his forehead, I would be grieving.
And not just that, but doing it twice.
Yeah. Doing it twice.
We talked about this in our very first episode too.
Yeah. Yeah,
about WandaVision.
Yeah.
It's come full circle. Wow, look at this.
No, but I love Elizabeth Olsen.
Yep.
Yeah. I thought it was interesting. Okay, now that we're getting into this whole like multiverse, different Earths type situation. So did you notice that whenever Wanda was like basically transferring herself into a different Wanda, that her accent came back? Did you ever notice that? Her accent comes back. It comes back for a little bit, but then she like restrains herself and then she goes back to like the normal like American accent. Because I noticed that.
I did not notice that actually.
Oh, okay. Huh. I noticed that a little bit.
The only thing I noticed was the darker throughout the movie, she becomes more zombie-esque, as in like like more monstrous, more zombie. Like she had like the more she was just killing robots, but it looked like her face started getting like, it looked bloodied and like disgusting.
Yeah.
And even at the end, she had a limp. I don't know when that happened. I was trying to figure out when that limp happened because she just started becoming a zombie. Like she was zombie Wanda, and I was like, oh, okay, well, dang.
Yeah, but I thought that was interesting that her accent came back every time she had to like transport herself. I forgot what the word was, but like.
Oh, dreamwalk into someone?
Dreamwalking, yeah, into like herself or a different version of herself. Yeah, it was interesting. So, what'd you think about America Chavez? Basically, the main girl that Strange was trying to save.
They handled it pretty bad, in my opinion. Like, at times, I'm like, oh, she's here. Oh, she's not. Oh, she's here.
I almost forgot about her.
Straight up, like, I forgot by the end. I was like, oh, the whole point, which is what they tried to show in the beginning, is like, oh, she has the power to mess with the multiverse. Mm-hmm. All right, cool, that's fine. But then, like, it mainly was just a vehicle for Doctor Strange to get to different places.
Yeah. That's
really all she was, just his taxi, essentially.
A bad one because she couldn't control her powers.
And that conflict is fine. That makes sense. Yeah. If anything, that's how like the whole they could have claimed that's how Peter, like the whole Peter situation would have happened. That could have been an issue thing. But regardless, I think they just handled her character pretty bad. Like that was a very loose plot. That's why it's a very basic, like, oh, we need to make sure she can control her powers.
I was curious about her background, and I thought we would go into her background, but then I just found out she had lesbian moms, and that was like it. And she blasted them into a different universe.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's.
I wish we got more.
I think if anything, they're leaving room to like explore her more if they give her like a bigger role in another movie or a show. Yeah, most likely show. Which I think is fine. I think they just gave us like what we needed. That's why I think for her background it's fine, because I assumed that we'd get more of her possibly. Yeah. Because I really think we should, because of how they handled her character overall. And again, I will probably keep saying this. I'm going to keep saying it. This is just us coming straight from the movie theater, and like this is my fresh thoughts on like how it felt.
Oh yeah, we have not slept on these thoughts at all.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No, I just didn't think they handled her character very well.
No, I agree. I started forgetting about her a lot because it was. Okay, I'm gonna go back around to your like cinematography like dislike. I don't know what it was.
I know what it was.
This movie made me forget that it was also a Strange movie, Doctor Strange movie at some points. at some points.
No, it felt like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah. And so I think America Chavez was supposed to be like that sidekick for Strange in this movie. And I feel like they like sidekicked her off.
I think they wanted to do more with her because they like I feel like there were moments they were like trying to like they wanted to delve more into like, for instance, the initial one where like they were in a coffee shop, you get a glimpse into like what kind of personality she had.
She's funny. She's a funny kid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I thought we'd get more of that, but we didn't. I'm like, okay,
we got like 2 lines out of her every time. After that coffee shop scene, it was 2 lines.
Yes. And it would just be reaction shots.
Yeah. Or her crying, or her saying she couldn't control her powers.
Which is, yeah, again, I'm like, okay, we're driving into that. Sure.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Yeah, I think it's just the direction of how he wanted to go about this. But again, like, this is Sam Raimi coming, because Sam Raimi wasn't the original director.
No, he stepped in.
Yeah, because someone else, I couldn't remember who was the original one, but I just remember, like, he wanted out because he didn't feel like it was his own movie. This is all my brother explained that to me, and it makes sense now, because I was like, yeah, it does feel like the movie felt pieced together. But he left mainly because he felt like Marvel wanted to impose certain things, which now we know they wanted to do the Illuminati thing. They wanted to do like they probably had like touch points that they needed to happen.
Put in. Yeah.
But
okay. Segue. Let's talk about cinematography for a second.
Yeah.
Did this movie feel like an early 2000 movie to you?
Yes, it really did. I was gonna ask, do you remember when was the last movie Sam Raimi like released?
I do not. We should Google that right now.
I'm actually about to
figure that out.
So I just want to make sure.
But I commented like right after we stepped out of the movie theater. I was like, this feels like a original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie that was created and then they just spit it out in 2022.
Okay, no, so he's done other stuff. And I knew it was all like mainly horror stuff though.
Yeah, he does. He's mostly the horror movies.
And that's why I was like, it felt like 2000s because maybe that's just like his vibe. But all those, I think that's the issue though. Like how this movie was portrayed, I think I just sometimes forgot it was a Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah.
Coming from like what we know of Doctor Strange and what we've seen of him, we're like we literally just saw him like in Spider-Man. Literally just saw him in Spider-Man, and he we knew that he was like this powerful like sorcerer and all that. And then here it is that case, but then at times it's just like a Wanda horror film also. Yeah.
It was very Wanda focused.
Yeah.
And it felt like a Wanda movie at some points.
Yeah. I think it went all in on the horror aspect, which I thought, I remember hearing about it. I was super excited actually because I was like, oh, that's different.
Yeah, it is.
But also this phase of Marvel is different. So that's why I was like, all right, sure, let's just go with it.
Yeah.
I think it was good. I think it was fun to watch, but I think overall for a Marvel like plot type deal, I think it detracted a bit too much.
Yeah. Did you feel that they delve into the multiverse well?
No. I don't. They gave us so many good highlight moments. Like I was like, oh, hell yes. Just, like initially they try. I think this is the whole thing. Like they tried to, but then it became like, okay, here's the explanation of the multiverse, and here's how we're gonna scare you because that doesn't matter for Wanda.
Yeah.
It was essentially just like, here's the multiverse. Here's us playing hide and seek in the multiverse.
Oh, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, at least. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I do not think they did well with portraying the multiverse
part. I agree. Okay, at least we have an Earth number name to our Doctor Strange, and he is Earth 616.
They finally said it.
They finally
said it. Because for the longest time we just said Marvel was just considered the MCU, based off of like a combination of 616 and maybe some other aspects of certain things.
But it was overall 616 or 616 is our MCU.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they finally just established that.
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought was cool.
I thought that was really cool because they bounced off of Earth 616, and then Earth 838 is the one that Strange died after killing Thanos because of the book, and so his Black Bolt had to kill him.
Yeah. They even used the same actor for Black Bolt.
Yeah, from Inhumans.
From the very short run of Inhumans.
Yeah, that was like what, half a season, and then it dropped, right?
Yeah. Something like that.
Something like that?
Yeah. Because they were trying to
Marvel. And that was before ABC and Marvel or I don't know what happened.
You mean before Fox?
Oh, wait, before Fox. Yeah,
because there was the whole like mutants versus Inhumans.
Yeah, Inhumans.
Marvel was like under these Disney, so they're like, oh, we need to make our own version of mutants. That's the way they killed them off for a bit. I'm like, this is stupid. I hate this so
And that's why X-Men couldn't be a part of this, because X-Men and Deadpool were part of Fox.
Yeah.
But now the little mouse got both of them, so
little mouse is
a little rich.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought that was. I mean, that was another thing that I was like, we were like saying like Xavier, that Black Bolt was a crazy one. Sorry, I totally forgot to add that. Because I wanted to allude to it. I wanted to allude that he was a part of the Illuminati, and that was just crazy to see also.
Yeah, it was crazy to see.
Legit costume and everything.
It was cool. It was nice that they used the same actor. That's what I liked about it.
Good continuity. Even though it was like super short, I think it was still awesome to see.
Oh yeah, 100%. But seeing Professor X again, it's been a very long time, and I think I appreciate him a little more now.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Even if he was short-lived and got his brains crushed by Wanda in this.
He got his head twisted.
Yeah, his head, yeah.
The Black Bolt.
Oh, wait, Black Bolt got it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Dude, it was like, this movie was almost super gory, but then not.
Yeah.
It was like on the border, right?
It had jump scares.
It had jumps.
And then it had moments where I was like, what's going on?
Yeah. Yeah. Like Black Bolt, like all those, like she just cut off all of them. And I was
all of the Illuminati, yeah.
Like, freaking Captain Carter got cut in half. Alluded to, because they never showed it, but they,
they just,
and then she just slid this way.
Yeah.
I was like, and then, Captain Marvel got crushed.
Crushed by a statue. Reed got like, I don't know
essentially
what he got, but he got
pulled
like
apart like a Twizzler.
Yeah, like a little Twizzler.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only one that survived was Mordo, but Mordo and Strange got into a fight. They were fighting in the little room.
Yeah, did you notice how the 616 Mordo technically got beat?
Yeah.
Off screen. With the way he describes it. Oh, we fought for it. Because like they backed themselves into a corner. Because I was like, my brother was like explaining. He's like, did you notice? He mentioned that too. He's like, they kind of backed themselves into a corner of Mordo was like, I'm going to kill every sorcerer because the blah 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 blah. It's not.
Yeah. At the end of Doctor Strange 1.
Doctor Strange, but they couldn't because the snap, the blip, all that stuff, it just got weird. So.
Well, off screen he got beat. 616 Mordo got beat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about Wong just for a little bit.
Okay.
I got scared.
You thought he was going to get killed off?
I honestly thought he was going to get killed off.
There was multiple times when he could have gotten killed off.
Yes. There were at least 4 times where I thought Wanda was going to either kill him and then the cliff thing, like Black Widow, and he just fell off.
See, I knew it. I knew they wouldn't because I was like, okay, they're not going to. Because I think they want to keep that Sorcerer Supreme like separate from the The Sanctum.
The Sanctum, yeah.
Because they want to kind of keep, like, they're like, okay, no, Doctor Strange gets to stay at the Sanctum for New York. Wow. Wong, there should be someone else. Because typically it's like the, so it's another, I can't remember what I was saying, but, you know, they had to have someone there, you know.
At the temple.
I've also, I guess I just get this weird vibe. And this is exactly kind of the same gripe I had with Act 3 of Shang-Chi. When I see, I think it's still cool to see. Honestly, in retrospect, this is the coolest thing ever to see how the world like overlaps, right?
Yeah.
But when I see like the sorcerers like use all their like weapons and stuff, I remember they established this and that like these weapons are magically imbued and everything.
Yes.
It's still weird to see in my opinion.
Is it weird to see? Speaking of magic, wow, there's a lot of good segues coming in here. Speaking of magic, I mean, you're a magic guy. You do a lot of tricks and card tricks and stuff. If people on the internet did not know now, my question to you is, how do you feel about Marvel dealing with magic? Like the whole hand stuff and all this, like...
I don't know how else I would do it.
Like temple things,
yeah.
Long, you know.
It feels...
Because it looks cool on paper, right? Because we were talking about this.
Honestly, the visual effects and everything look cool. I think it still looks really cool. And I say this because that one fight between Doctor Strange and evil Doctor Strange.
Oh, yes.
It was a fight, but it was based off musical notes.
Yes.
And he played off the music. He played off the tropes, like horror tropes of the sounds and everything with the piano and all that stuff. Yeah. That was really cool. I really say that was cool. A really cool fight. That was a cool application of magic. But I guess my thing is always like with magic, it's kind of hard to say because half the time it has to be, you have to apply a visual effect for something that doesn't really have to be visual when you really think about it.
That's true. It doesn't have to be there to like.
It doesn't have, but
see, you know.
It doesn't have to be, but for a movie, you want to know when something happens. Right? Oh, they're about to do like a big spell. They do this. Let's make a big shield and all this stuff. Like, I don't know how. I have a gripe with it, but I have a gripe, but I don't know how to make it better.
Like to fix it.
Like I don't know, like because otherwise, like Harry Potter, you have wands. You have to have that effect.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And it just that's a good application, sure, but because you get the idea. But like here, it's like I think it's just they established it too in the movie, like that, like you have magic and you can imbue weapons with magic because you need to have an extension and all that stuff. Yeah. So I think honestly they are doing great. They're doing fine.
I think I agree. I think Wanda's the exception because she's kind of like this all the time. I remember Elizabeth was like, I had to do finger exercises to like get this going.
It's always like this.
Yeah, she's always like this. I was thinking about that because there's one scene where Strange 616 Strange and Christine, the 838 version of Christine, they were in evil Strange's like mansion. And he had to like do this spell, and basically Christine was like the emotional support. I did not understand why she was there, but
you just said it. What do you mean?
Yeah, the emotional support to Strange. Basically, Strange was just like this at one point in the thing, but this is like Strange's like at least like signal.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is one of the. So it makes sense, like it's his thing. But it was weird when he did this. Because usually he's like doing this or like some weird like movements. But the moment he just had to do this, I was like,
it was the still moment. It had no visual effect. He was just like in the air, just like.
Unfortunately, like even if they just had like some kind of swirl or something, I would notice that. Yeah. But you're right. Nothing happened. He was floating and he just did this.
Yeah. I almost started laughing so hard because I was just like, rock on.
Yeah, no, I literally sat there, I'm like, rock on, dude. Hell yeah. You love to see it.
I was like, wow, Strange is just rocking on. And then after that, in my head, I was like, I wonder what Benedict and Rachel were thinking when he was just like on strings. Nothing was happening. He was just like this.
It's so great.
It was so great. Man, what else? There was a lot that happened in this. I'm just trying to process it all.
I like the idea. Oh, okay. This is where it gets the trippiest thing was when they talked about how multiverse works in the everyday life. As in, like, when you dream, that's another multiverse.
Yes.
And when Doctor Strange then was like, have you ever had that dream where you just get pushed off a really tall building and just start falling? Yeah, that was me. I was like, it's the falling. It's the one where you're just falling in your dream. Yeah. It's like, oh my God. Like, so it's just
an evil version of ourselves wanting us to fall off of
apparently. Yeah. I thought it was a good, honestly, I thought that was a nice, like, so when I say I know earlier I was like, they didn't handle it well. I think overall, I guess I just wanted more consistently because it just kind of felt like they just dropped ideas, right? Like when it was a vehicle for them to just get to the
end product of
or the Illuminati's world. That was like one of the bigger ones because Doctor Strange and Chavez were also just going through different, and that's where I was like, oh, that's cool. That's what I want more of. I wanted to see more of that fighting. Whereas like, oh, it affects like the multiverse, like they're fighting and it just gets pushed into another place and then like that stuff. But it was really just like, oh, here's all these like different worlds. Oh, like the paint one like the cartoon one.
Like, I need to look into it because I think there are Easter eggs in each of those.
100% there was. Because I was like sitting there, I'm like, oh, I can't tell where they're going.
I know,
that's
right?
Where I want to go.
I want to look through that and figure out what it was.
Can I say one cringe thing?
Sure.
Like one thing they did was cringe though. Speaking of, why not just call her Chavez? Just say Chavez.
Oh yeah.
Because they kept saying America. And it got weird. It got very weird. I was like, okay. And I get it because America Chavez, right? That's her. Or is it Chavez? No, yeah, America Chavez.
It's America Chavez. That's her name? Yeah.
It's so weird because it's like, we gotta find America or America's gonna do. It's like, I can hear people giggling.
I know people were laughing.
Me too though, because I'm like, it just sounds so weird. It just sounded so like off.
It did. Or they were like, let's go find America. Let's save America.
With this power, America could make. It's like America could. Like, if you could control America, blah, 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 I was like, it just the wording, and I was like, man, if I was like Benedict, I'd be like, probably laughing a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Pain point that my fiance brought up. Why didn't Wanda try to find Vision? Because she was only trying to find her kids, her two boys. And it felt like she was a single mother trying to find her kids. Because in every
universe did not have a Vision.
Yeah, did not have Vision. Do you have an answer to that? Do you think, or what do you think?
I think I think what they're trying. I think the issue is you can't show the Vision we saw without knowing that show. I think.
True.
No. I don't like multiverse wise. I have no answer for that. I don't know. I don't understand why there's not at least one or two Visions. For instance,
that could have popped up.
Like, I thought her ideal happy ending was the whole family. That was the whole conflict in the first one, or in the show. Like at the end, Vision was like, "No, this can't be the way.
Yeah,
we have to stay together." Or no, not we have to, but if you keep us together, it makes it worse.
Like makes it worse, yeah.
Because her perfect ideal family is that just her boys, but it's Vision too. So I don't know.
Yeah, he brought that up. He was like, "Where's my boy Vision? What's going on?
What if it's like it's contractual too? Like Paul Bettany just probably didn't get. Yeah.
Or he didn't want to.
Maybe he didn't want to. Who knows? We don't know.
Who knows?
I watch. It's gonna be one of those things that like blow up, and it's like some like crazy like, oh yeah, he just didn't want to do, or like, oh, Marvel didn't want like all this stuff.
Yeah. But you could be right about watching the show and them like not trying to spoil the show too,
but it's also been like over a year or so.
It's been almost over a year.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
Like if WandaVision's already a required watch for this aspect, then I don't think Vision or not having Vision at some point is, yeah. But it could really just be like, oh, they just couldn't get Paul Bettany, because it would just be like, oh, he's just appearing in some of those like really quick like views of like the multiverse. So
pay him a couple million to be in.
Well, meanwhile, the boys do have a consistent role of like the boys have to be there, have to like show, essentially give that family feel for Wanda and all that stuff. So
yeah, they were cute. I just didn't like them singing. That was awkward. That was cringe. That was cringe. I was like,
but again, it's just I think I was cringe, but also like I was like, they're boys, they're kids. Honestly, kids could do this. I could see kids doing this.
Yeah.
Is it cringe? Maybe. But if it's like your kid, it's adorable as hell. So whatever.
Yeah. I agree. But yeah, I'm still like trying to wrap my head around the movie.
The more we talk about, I really do still believe it's a fun watch, but I think I wasn't super hyped about it. I think I was like just super like, I just
wanted to be on the internet again.
I was like, not avoid getting spoilers.
Yeah, getting spoilers. I just wanted to be on the internet again.
Yeah, I wanted to just be able to, I don't know, I guess I didn't have super high expectations either. I wanted to temper my expectations.
Yeah.
But it was hard because someone was like, Doctor Strange was going to have the most cameos. He's going to have more than like, the Endgame.
Spider-Man, or Endgame. Yeah.
And it was Endgame that I heard. I was like, really? How?
Yeah.
How is it going to do that? So initially I had like that very, very, very low-key expectation of that. But when we got closer, I'm like, there's no way. It's not going to be that.
There's no way.
And it wasn't.
No.
Yeah. I think overall it was an entertaining watch. I don't think I would recommend. Not really. Okay, no. I wouldn't. Not that I wouldn't recommend. I wouldn't go watch it again. In theaters, I'd wait for it on Disney Plus.
On Disney Plus, yeah. I totally agree.
I mean, I even told my roommate, I was like, you could just watch it on Disney Plus. It'll be fine.
When it comes out in like a month or two. Yeah. Well, do you have any other thoughts before we go to the 2 end credits?
Give me more Fantastic Four and X-Men from this, and I'm
Deadpool. You gotta put Deadpool in.
Deadpool.
Put You're him right. in.
You're right.
Put Ryan in.
At least we know that's good. That's in production.
Oh
but
yeah.
We just don't know how it's gonna play out.
Yeah.
I just want official Fantastic Four and X-Men.
I know. It's coming. I think it's coming.
Soon.
This is alluding that it will be out there. Yeah.
It's the right step.
Yeah. Actually, fun fact that I just read before we did all this episode. Did you know Sam is coming back to direct another Marvel movie?
Really?
Yeah. He said he'll be back for one more. He didn't say which one.
Huh.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
I mean, sure. I guess.
Yeah. We'll see which one.
Wait, Sam Raimi?
Yeah. He said he was directing one more.
I mean, I guess sure. Just, is it gonna be a horror movie?
I know, right? Is it gonna be scary?
Oh, can we just really quick? My last comment for sure. I just need to get it out of my system. I just had that feeling of when we watched the horror films. I get the reaction shots. I took a film class and I at least had an understanding of like, okay, how the horror genre works, and like he played off that too for sure, because there are moments where I'm like, this is the jump scare, did not happen. Okay, now it happened. So like he knew what he was doing with horror movies because he's done them so much, of course, and
he's got technique. He's got equation.
The reaction shots just felt like very One Piece-esque. Like for a long time, it's like, here's Doctor Strange.
Here's Chavez. Yeah.
Zoom back out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's building the suspense, right? I get it.
They did that with Chavez too.
Yep.
Go in, go out, go in, go out. Yeah. Yeah, no.
But
yeah,
that's
overall, good movie. I wouldn't want to rewatch in movie theater. I'd wait to Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. Try not to nitpick it too much because it's, we are just freshly reacting to this movie.
Yeah, I'm sure like our thoughts after we formulate a bit more would happen, but this weekend of recording, it's Mother's Day weekend, so that's why we're both busy. But we had to wait till the movie came out, so
here we are. Yeah, here we are. And as always, Marvel has end credits. There's 2 of them.
Oh.
So the first one is that this... before we hit the 2 end credits, the very last scene of Doctor Strange is that remember the whole music fight, and then it actually came back, and then it kind of like pans in on Strange again, and then he gets a third eye.
Yep, he's got the third eye.
He's got the third eye. A very bad CGI third eye, but it's there.
Third eye. Yep, he got it.
Yeah, he got it. So yeah, so it ended on a semi-cliffhanger-esque, but we know that there's more to come with Strange, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the 2 end credits. The first one. What's her name? Charlize
I can
Theron?
never. Yeah, I think Charlize Theron. Yeah.
She pops in and she does the whole. She like shows another like dark universe, and she like basically talks to Strange, but she is Clea, who is Mrs. Doctor Strange. Right? Am I right? Just in time, right?
Just in time, because he got over
Christine. He got over Christine.
Yep.
Yeah. So she is, I looked this up. She is the niece of Dormammu. And basically they fall in love and get married, and that's why she is Mrs. Doctor Strange.
Hilariously, because he came to bargain with Dormammu.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. Also, she said that the incursion is happening.
That he made.
Yeah. So the incursion essentially when it's like 2 universes colliding, two universes colliding, Veronica.
Yeah.
Does that sound like something?
What does it sound like?
It could allude to the idea of, what's that event in Marvel? Holy crap! I just lost it all of a sudden. It's essentially. I just had to do with Kang. It's the multiverse fight, and there's like, and then 2 universes have to like.
It's in my head, and I can't think of it, but I know what you're talking about.
If I
Google it really quick.
It's like Battle for the Multiverse essentially, but it's like it's gonna kill me. Secret Wars.
Secret Wars.
It could be alluding to that. My brother was guessing that it's gonna be 616 versus Ultimate. I can't remember why he said Ultimate, but this is probably just based off like the idea of like the comics.
Yeah, the comics. Interesting. Secret War.
Because that's when it happened. That's what happened before. It was like they had to like we had our base universe and then the Ultimate universe, and because it finally just like
merged.
Because there's like Ultimate form, like who knows? This could be how they introduce like. This is that could be the next big event.
Yeah. With Kang.
We
can't forget about Kang.
Because he does deal with multiverse like events like this. So I don't remember it's Secret Wars, because there's been 2 or 3 Secret Wars. This was kind of like Marvel's like Flashpoint in my opinion, where this is how they can like reboot certain times. So
well, we'll see what happens.
We'll see. That's the hype thing. That was a hype thing.
Yeah. The second thing is actually not really hype, but like really funny. So the character, there's this like pizza owner guy in one of the universes that they stopped by, and he finally stopped slapping himself because Strange like put a spell on him, and he said, he'll stop like hitting himself in 3 weeks.
3 weeks later.
Yeah, 3 weeks later. And then so that it was just a pan of like the actor's name is Bruce Campbell, and he's in every Sam Raimi's
He's
movies.
in every Sam Raimi movie. Yeah. So it was like his thing.
Yeah. So this was his cameo, and he did like the Ferris Bueller like shot. He was like, "It's over," and then it just cuts.
It's over, and it cuts. Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, those are the 2 end credit scenes. But Harrison, do you have anything else you want to let the world know about Doctor Strange 2? Anything else?
Illuminati is the best thing.
Illuminati is real.
It's real and it's amazing.
X-Men exist, drop. Fantastic Four exist, drop.
Inhumans, the king of Inhumans.
The king of Inhumans exists, drop.
Right, it's king. He's the king of Inhumans, right?
Yeah, he's the crazy one. That's all I remember.
He was the crazy one, though, like legitimately.
Yeah, but if you don't have anything, I don't have anything left. We basically this was a very fresh reaction thought video about Doctor Strange.
Night of.
Yeah, night of. But thanks for tuning in. You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, and Patreon at NgoVo Convo, NgoVo Convo. If you're on YouTube, don't forget. Ooh, I can't talk right now. It's getting late. Don't forget to hit that like button and the notification bell to get updates for when we upload, and subscribe. It's a big red button. I believe it's below me.
Yes, it's below you.
Yeah. Yep, we update. Oh, wow, not we update. We upload every Monday and once a month on a Friday, usually the first Friday of the month for the news dump. We're just trying things out. Let us know how we're doing. What do you want to see next? What do you want us to watch, read, play, review, rewatch, watch in general? Recommend us stuff. We're everywhere. And bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Not me looking if he's actually the king or not.
Oop.